All right, pull up a seat and let's talk. Because, quick question, how is it that you can be respected but not chosen? Because those are not the same thing, right? And if you ever felt like I'm the one they come to for advice, the one they admire, the one they say is different, but somehow you're not the one they commit to, then this conversation is for you, sis. Because what if the issue isn't that you're lacking something? What if it's that the traits that make you respectable don't always make you easy to choose? And today I want to walk through 5 traits I've seen over and over again in women men respect deeply, but they hesitate to build with. So let me show you what I mean. You don't need a man to function, right? You have your own money, your own mindset, your own structure, and all of that is great. That's powerful. But it can also make a man feel like he has no role to step into. Because some men don't ask, how can I add to her life? They ask, where do I fit in her life? And if they can't see a place for themselves, then they admire you, but they don't move toward you. But here's where it gets really interesting. You're perceptive. You notice patterns quickly. You read between the lines. You're not easily impressed. And that level of awareness can feel intimidating to someone who's used to being taken at face value. Because with you, there's no performance. And some men don't want to be seen clearly. They want to be accepted easily. And it doesn't stop there. You don't tolerate inconsistency. You don't chase. You don't over-explain. You don't beg for clarity. And that definitely earns you respect. But it also removes access. And a lot of men are used to women who give access too quickly. So when they meet a woman who requires alignment, they slow down. And it's not because you're wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just because you're not easy. Now, here's another one that changes the dynamic completely. You don't react to everything. You're not easily shaken. You process before you respond because you've done enough inner work to not turn every moment into a crisis. And ma'am, that is maturity. But it can feel unfamiliar to someone who's used to emotional chaos, just used to being all over the place. Because chaos creates attachment and calm requires intention. And this one is the hardest to accept. You are growing. Your standards are changing. Your mindset is shifting. Your tolerance is shrinking. And that means you're no longer compatible with people who only knew the older version of you. So what happens? You get respected, but not chosen. Because choosing you will require them to grow too. And I want to say this very clearly. None of these traits are flaws, ladies. These are all signs of growth. But sometimes growth creates separation. And sometimes you're not being overlooked. You're being evaluated by people who don't qualify for where you're going. So if you ever felt like, why do they respect me but not choose me? I want you to consider this. You are not too much. You're just not for where they are. And the right person won't just respect you, they'll recognize you and move accordingly. So here's what I recommend. Don't shrink traits that took you years to build. Don't shrink who you are just to be easier to choose. Because the goal isn't to be chosen quickly, it's to be chosen correctly.